Hi, this is Frederick from Detroit, Berlin, channel about music production and modular synthesizer, but also I give tips on everyday stuff. I bought an old synthesizer and it has these knobs that are yellowed. The plastic is yellowed. Inside of the knob is how it was originally and the outside has yellowed. I ordered new knobs, but the big knob, it's not included. So I will take two small knobs. This is the difference between the two. These little knobs are also a little bit rubberized, so it's soft touch plastic, which will over the years probably get sticky. There's also a way to remove the stickiness. I have another video I will link in the description, but this video is about yellowed plastic and a way to restore this yellowed plastic. I'm going to try 5 methods and I will share the best method. Let's have a look at what you need. Some rubber gloves to protect you, a well-ventilated area. Don't wear your nicest clothes because some of these techniques might discolor them. The first method is toothpaste with whitening. The second way would be salty hot water and some vinegar. Third way would be baking soda with hot water and vinegar. The fourth way is some bleach, and therefore you really need your rubber gloves and a well-ventilated area. And then we come to the fifth method, and it's a blonding cream to make your hair blonde. Most important thing is that it needs to include 12% hydrogen peroxide. That's the most important thing about this salon cream. And also that it's a cream, not a water, but a cream. It came to my attention that if you just use hydrogen peroxide, that's actually 6% hydrogen peroxide combined with water. So in this cream, the concentration of the peroxide is way higher. And the great thing about this, that it's a cream and not just a liquid. So a liquid will not stick as well to your object than a cream. And what you also need is a plastic zip bag. This one I put a number on. So I've got 5 zip bags. There are 5 techniques. So in the end, I need to know which technique I used for which knob. Make sure you wear rubber gloves and not your best clothes. I'm also, of course, going to keep a knob to compare it to when everything is done. The most important thing is you need to have direct sunlight on the plastic for about a day when the sun is shining. Now here it's winter and the sun is not shining that much, it's always cloudy. So I'm going to put it out there for a much longer time and hope that the sun shines a few times a day and maybe leave it out for a week. You can also use a construction with UV lighting, but that technique gets expensive, it involves a lot of work, and I think these techniques can be pretty cheap and you can probably do it with everyday materials. If you have bigger things than these little knobs, you need a brush to brush the product on, and you need some plastic wrap to wrap it in plastic, because probably if you have a big yellowed plastic, there's no zip bag that big. So you need plastic wrapping to keep the cream moist and to not dry out. Let's prepare and then let's try it out. We're going to use bleach, therefore I'm wearing these rubber gloves. I kind of feel like a medic now. I'm performing a little bit of medical intervention on these knobs because they're ugly and yellow, and we're going to try to restore that. So let's try to pour in the bleach. Also, do that in a well-ventilated area because it's kind of smelly. So let's put in our knob, use it with the chopstick to keep it down. Then we take the plastic bag. We're going to just put the fluid in the bag like this. Try not to spill it. Really try not to spill it because it's bleach. Let's try this Blonde Me cream. Most important thing is that it has the 12% hydrogen peroxide in it. Let's add that cream to our glass. I'm also wearing gloves because that's pretty chemical. Get that cream in there. I think I used maybe a little bit too much, but still, let's do it this way. Use a chopstick, this is really handy. I might be tempted to taste it, but I think it's better to not do that. Here's our zip bag, and let's add first the knob, like this. Let's put it all the way down into the zip bag, and yeah, let's add some more of that hydrogen peroxide. It's going to be a little more difficult because it's a cream. It should work. It should work well. So let's get the air out, as much as air as possible. Let's close the zip bag and let's get that last bit of air out. So these are all the bags: the Blonde Me cream or salon care, the bleach, the baking soda with vinegar and hot water, then we got the salty hot water with vinegar, and then we got toothpaste. So now let's get it out there in the sunshine and let's wait a little bit. Let's get a day of sunshine and let's see what technique worked best. It's comparison time and conclusion time. I left them out in, I wouldn't call it sunlight. I had maybe 2 half days, maybe a little bit more of really sunlight. Still, if it's cloudy, there's like 20 to 80% UV lighting still coming through the clouds. So when it's bright outside, it should be working to an extent. Now, from left to right, I numbered the bags. These are the knobs that were in the bags. The second row are the new knobs, the knobs I bought to replace the yellowed ones. And then the top row, those 3 are the original yellowed knobs. So let's have a look. The first one was the toothpaste. That didn't work at all. I wouldn't recommend this technique. Toothpaste, I would say no. The second one, the salty hot water with vinegar, and it didn't work at all. It just looks the same like it did before. Salty hot water with vinegar, it doesn't work. Then we come to the baking soda and vinegar and hot water, and that worked too well because the knob is way lighter than it should be. That took away some of the original color. It took away all the yellowness. If you have something white, that might be a good thing. Just be careful because it might take away too much of the original color if it's not white. If it's white, you might give it a try. The fourth one is the bleach, and overall I honestly think that this worked best, but with a big but. There is a portion that still looks a little bit different color-wise because the bleach didn't touch that part of the knob, or the sunlight couldn't get to that part. I put the bleach in the bag with the knob. After a while I noticed it began dripping, so after these few days the bleach might have dissolved. The original color on that knob comes through the best. Then we got the hydrogen peroxide, the blonding cream. I think that worked really well. Still, like with this knob, because this was also in the hydrogen peroxide, there's slightly bit of yellowishness over, but for me I prefer that there's still slightly yellow, then the color is gone like with the baking soda, or that the knob is not discolored evenly like with the bleach. The hydrogen peroxide, it did work really well. I am a little bit surprised that the bleach actually worked slightly better than the hydrogen peroxide. What does scare me a little bit is that there's still a spot on the knob that the bleach didn't get to, or that is not restored as much as the other parts of the knob. I will redo the test with the bleach and I will put it in the comment section down below, a pinned post with my findings on how I can improve the process of doing the bleach. I would say give these two a chance just to get rid of the yellowishness, to restore the yellow plastic to its original color. I would choose between the bleach and the hydrogen peroxide. I will redo the test and announce the winner in the comment section if it's the hydrogen peroxide 12% or the bleach. But if you want, you can try them both and they will both give a really nice result. It did the job about 80 to 90%, so I'm still very pleased because this knob is usable. I can put it on my machine and it will not stick out like a sore eye on the machine itself. I'm very surprised that these two techniques are actually pretty good. So give it a try. Give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my channel. I have a Patreon page if you want to support my videos and the things I'm doing. And yeah, I would really like to thank you for watching and hope to see you soon. Bye bye.